Hello everybody and welcome to my channel Sinanomics. Many of you have liked it, commented. Thank you very much for that, for your support. So as many of you have requested, I'm going to add a new section of quick update on financial markets. I'll also include other topics of relevance going forward. So today I'm going to cover two very important topics. One is the debt ceiling of USA and the second one is, of course, Nvidia. Those of you who are interested in the stocks, who are in stock market, they will be noticing Nvidia movements lately. So last night was a history in the making. Nvidia shares rose from $305 to almost $400, $395 to be very precise. And that was like addition of $200 billion in the market cap in one day. This is a history in the making. Before that, it was Apple, which added $190 billion. So well, Nvidia is a chip making company specializing in gaming chips. But recently it has transformed, and with the advent of AI and generative AI, Nvidia is leading the pack. Because GPU, as we call it, graphics processing unit, versus CPU, which we all know about, Intel is leading that space, or had been leading that space. But with the change in the computing world, Nvidia has taken the front seat. Nvidia has transformed itself not as a chip maker, but also it's bundling, switching, networking, and the chip, everything GPU in one bundle, and targeting the large hyperscalers like Microsoft, AWS, and Google. Microsoft has adopted it pretty much. Having said that, they are also planning to fund AMD to develop a chip like that. So this generative AI layer is on top of the cloud. And in Microsoft context, it's on top of the cloud, Azure cloud, MS Azure. And that's where you consume it. The result came last night, I think day before yesterday, I'm sorry for that. And they had a fantastic result. $7.2 billion revenue versus $6.5 billion estimated. Earning per share $1.09 versus 92 cents estimated. And on top of that, they are actually forecasting a fantastic Q2 as compared to 6.5 billion forecast. They have come out with $11 billion. And guess what? The gross margin forecasted is 70%. This kind of gross margin was only seen in the software companies. So very exciting time for Nvidia and Nvidia shareholders. Having said that, this comes in the mind that, hey guys, is this going to be a bubble? Is this AI is a new .com? Is this AI a new bubble, internet bubble? And I personally feel that maybe not. And let me explain why. Because now the whole computing world has been transformed and is getting governed by two main things. One is the accelerated computing and the other one is generative AI. And we all know that now cloud is for real. It's been out there for almost 10 years. A lot of skeptics have been talking about it, that it's not going to be there. It has a security issue, etc., with all these hybrid public and private cloud dynamics. That has been addressed pretty much. And now, as I was saying, this accelerated computing and generative AI is going to stay. Chat GPT and all those are pretty much there. You all are aware of that. And this is going to definitely stay, in my personal opinion. Whether this stock price is going to continue to rise or not, that's always subjective. You never know. The risk Nvidia has outsourced all its chip making to Taiwan semiconductor. And if something goes wrong there, of course they will be impacted. So that's the only risk I can see. On top of that, there's another risk that all these hyperscalers that I'm talking about, if they try to get into chip making business, that will impact Nvidia definitely. Having said that, please don't take this as a financial advice. This is just an analysis, just an update. And as a disclaimer, I own that stock. But before you take any financial decision, please consult your financial advisor. And with that, I'd like to switch to the other topic, but let me give you two more data points. One is, with this move, Nvidia is going to join the $1 trillion club from the market cap perspective. So it's going to join Apple, Google, Amazon, Aramco, and Microsoft. So it will be the sixth company. Right now, its market cap is around $940 to $950 billion. So very soon it will be in $1 trillion club. And with this result and the outlook, most of the analysts have increased their target from 300 to 600. Jefferies has increased, Citi has increased to around 500, etc., etc. So I don't want to get into that, but the whole idea is that right now, analysts are thinking that if what they are actually promising and if they can deliver, definitely it has a huge potential to go up. With that, let's move to the debt ceiling, another hot topic nowadays. So what is debt ceiling? So debt. Let's understand debt basically. And sorry for those who are financially quite literate and advanced, but let me explain that in simple terms. When a government operates, when a country operates, its finances, its economics, they actually get income from the taxes and other sources, mainly taxes. It can be income tax, sale tax, GST, whatever. And then it spends money in the government projects, it pays to the government employees, and that's how the government spending works. If the government spending is less than the income, revenue of course, it will be a positive budget, right? In USA, Bill Clinton's time was a positive budget era. After that, it has never been. It's all deficit, budget deficit. So if the spending is more than the income, of course, there is a deficit, and the government raises that fund by issuing bonds. And that's what debt is all about. 1917 was the first year when this whole thing was kind of established in USA. And US has also put a debt ceiling basically to manage and maintain this whole debt business so that it doesn't go out of proportion. Interesting thing is that as of today, there has been 78 times where the debt ceiling has been increased. The last was, if I'm not wrong, in 2021, where the debt ceiling was increased to $35 trillion or $31 trillion. I don't remember exactly. And now the timeline is 31st of May. There is a chance that Congress may not approve that. And the reason for that is basically the danger, impending danger of recession. So they may say, hey, you guys, you're spending a lot of money in things like, in the war and this and that and all those kind of things, and inflation is on top of the roof. So let's not go ahead with this debt ceiling increment. But my personal opinion is that they should be able to do that, and they will be doing it. Otherwise, there will be huge repercussions on that. The repercussions will be that US government will default. They'll not be able to pay the salary of their employees. Plenty of people, lots of people will lose their job. And at the same time, US will be put on the negative credit rating by the credit rating authorities. In fact, Fitch has already warned them that they're going to put them on the negative watch. And most important for investors like us, it will have very bad repercussion on the stock market. Many are expecting that it will be a debacle, market will crash. So let's see. So that's how the debt ceiling topic comes up. With that, I'd like to close today's update or discussion. Feel free to write your comments in the comment section. Support this channel and like it, subscribe it, and share it. With that, thank you everybody, and goodbye from me.